All right, guys, one more time. This is the EBC Trusted Trade Review, and I'm your host, Precious David. I want to welcome everybody to this program or to this live trading section. We are going to have a program. We're going to be having a live trading section this Friday because this Friday is NFP. So we're going to be having this. The last time we had this, it was on the 6th of March, which was last month. We're going to be having another one this Friday. So it's going to be a fantastic time together. But this time around, it's not going to be 2 p.m. It's going to be 1 p.m. because daylight savings, there's something called daylight savings time. Sometimes it is always, by the time we begin to approach December now, would become 1 hour um behind. So it will go back to 2 o'clock to 2:30, and then towards March. Then from April again downwards, we'll begin to have it by, it will go back to 1 hour before. So currently right now we have moved from 2 o'clock to 1 o'clock, which means we are now, 1 hour ahead, right? Or 1 hour, in terms of the daylight savings, right? So 1 o'clock to on Friday, 1 o'clock this Friday, guys. Get yourself prepared, fund your account, make sure that you are very well prepared for the program. We're going to be having our live NFP trading section on that day. And trust me, since December back to back, it has been wonderful. Before I continue, I want to say a very big welcome to. I saw some people when I came into this into the meeting. Pastor Celestine Bassi, thank you so much for being with us. I can also see me, Madam Hannah. It's a wonderful time to have you in the house. I can also see Peterson, Mr. Peterson. Thank you so much for being in the house. I can also see Mr. James. Thank you so much. I can see Mr. King David. Subforce Hub, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. I also have Dr. Favor. Thank you so very much for being around. I also have co-host in the house, representative of EBC Financial Group, financial coaches themselves, and splendid senior BDMs, right? I have Ada in the house. I also have Faith in the house. Okay, guys, let's quickly move to why we are here. All right, let's quickly move to why we are here very quickly, very quickly, very quickly. Let's jump to my MT4. Now, don't forget, the only major news we're expecting today is the FOMC meeting. That's the Federal Open Market Committee meeting that's going to be happening later this evening, I think by 7 o'clock. It has jumped from 8 o'clock now to 7 o'clock. So by 7 o'clock down to 7:30, 8 o'clock, you need to be aware that there's going to be an FOMC meeting by that period of time. So please make sure that you are well aware and you are taking note of this. Okay, so let's quickly move to Euro USD. So Euro USD on Monday, we actually looked for opportunities for a sell. Price actually sold a little bit, went in our favor, but right now price is looking as if it's going back for a reversal right now. If you check what price is doing right now, we're looking at a major reversal to the upside on the daily time frame, which means price is coming back here again to retest this major level that has been retested quite a number of times, which is around this particular point here. So this old place like this is not just a line. This old place is a zone, right? So price could retest it multiple times and then go back to the downside. However, if price breaks this trend line, so there's a trend line I'm seeing right now in the daily time frame. So if price breaks this trend line right now that I'm looking at right now on the daily time frame, all right, if price breaks this trend line, then it means that possibly we are back to the upward trend. But right now, price is just doing a retest, and there's a very high probability that price is going to be pushing downward. So we're going to be looking for sell opportunities on Euro USD this morning. And we're also going to be doing buy stop. So we're going to be having the buy stop. We're also going to be having the sell stop for Euro USD. So let me just give you those two price levels very quickly. So we're targeting here for our buy stop, and we're targeting here. If price actually breaks below here, we're going for the sell stop. Let's put it below this structure. Sorry. Okay. Our stop loss for this trade, for both of the trades, is going to be around here. Take profit for Euro USD is going to be here. For the buy stop, it's going to be there. Take profit for the sell stop is going to be here. Let me quickly drop the trade. So guys, our first trade is Euro USD. I'm giving you a buy stop and a sell stop. You can do both of them at the same time. All right. So our buy stop, that's the first one. The entry for the buy stop is at 1.16072, and the TP for that trade is at 1 point, excuse me, sorry, 1.16356. 1.16356. The SL for that trade is at 1.15523. All right, 1.15523. This is for the buy stop. So let me give you the sell stop. The same Euro USD, like I said, you can have the two placed. Sell stop entry price is 1.155. Sorry, excuse me, just hold on. So please, let me see if I can edit this. Can I edit? Yes, I can. The SL for the buy for the sell is wrong. Let me quickly give you the SL. SL for the sell is wrong. The SL should be 1.15784. Yes. So it has been corrected. So sell stop, our entry. Our entry is at 1.15523. SL for that trade is going to be at the same point of 1.15784. Our TP is downwards at 1.15155. All right, guys, like I said, no wasting of time. We're going straight to the point. Let's quickly jump to the next one, USD JPY. USD JPY. Just a quick one, just so that you know, in case you've not been following the news of the war and how it's affecting the United States majorly. Right now, there are rumors. We have not confirmed it yet, but there are rumors of a lockdown that's going to be happening this April. The lockdown being as a result of the lack of petrol, the lack of gas, to move around because it's really hitting them hard. The major problem is that the United States is it's a very, very large geographical region with a lot of people, immigrants and citizens. And the only place they have oil is in Texas, and the kind of oil they have is not Brent, is called WTI, which means the process at which they get the oil from the ground is not like our own. It's not liquefied, right? It's solid. So that way they do what is called fracking to get out the oil. So there's a lot of process that goes into it, and many cars don't, they are not produced to, sorry, many refineries are not produced to actually refine that type of oil. The kind of refinery that you have that refine that kind of oil is only in Texas. So every other place where you have a refinery, the refineries are actually designed to refine the normal Brent oil, like the one we have in Nigeria, the liquid one, right? So the one they have they don't have enough to actually, so they need to import actually from other countries, and majorly from Saudi, the Iran and the Gulf region, for them to be able to get enough. Now, the problem now is that they don't have a very good relationship with Russia, which is another major oil producing country. There's a lot of sanctions on Russia already. The same thing right now, Iran and other places like Saudi Arabia that they've already had deals with UAE and all that. Iran has fired a lot of missiles to destroy those reserves in Saudi Arabia and in UAE. So there's a lot of things happening around this war that is affecting the United States. And right now, it's still a rumor, but we're still looking at a possible lockdown to restrict movement in April if nothing is done about it. Because already right now, they don't have any power on the Strait of Hormuz, which is the major passage for crude oil ships coming out of the Gulf to any other part of the continent. So it's a very, very important thing that you need to understand. And if you've not been following the news, please do. I don't have all time to actually analyze this, but probably on Friday, we might have more time to actually look at that before we can analyze a lot, look at the news. So don't miss that Friday's program. Don't miss it. Don't forget, it's not for everybody. It's for only funded account owners, people who have account managers. If you don't have an account manager, it's free of charge. You can chat me up right now. You can chat us up right now. Right now, I have fantastic co-hosts in the house that are going to reply to you immediately. You chat them up and tell you what to do. It's free of charge. You don't need to do anything. All you just need to do is to take some few steps, register an account, fund your account, verify your account, and you are good to go. All right. So that program is only for funded accounts and only for clients. All right. That being said, let's quickly jump to USDJPY. USDJPY is looking very good for a sell. Looking very good for a sell. Let me quickly see what the daily time frame is talking about. Okay, 4 hour time frame. So the problem I'm having is this. Can we see multiple rejections around this region? Fine. I know it's going to break it soon, even though we don't know when. But for now, there is still a lot of multiple rejections around this region, which signals to me that price is, even though there's a high possibility that price is going to break this. Once price begins to test a region like this in a kind of movement like this, that this is an M-shaped pattern. This is telling you that most likely than not, we're going to be seeing a break of structure very soon, but we don't know when. If we jump into that sell right now, then price could jump back up and then decide to come and retest this major level here. That would be a lot of that would put us in a lot of it might even hit our stop loss and then begin to go in our direction after it gets here, then begin to go back to the downside. So we want to be careful. I think we should be going for. I wanted us to take an instant sell based on what I'm seeing on the 1 hour time frame, but I don't think that would be a wise decision. I think we should just go for a buy stop and a sell stop scenario for this one also, and see what happens so that we can be on a safer side, right? Yeah, so we can be on a safer side. So guys, we're going to be going for a buy stop and sell stop on USDJPY. Our entry for the buy is going to be here. Our stop loss for that trade is going to be here. Our entry for the sell is going to be here. Our stop loss for the trade is also going to be here. So let's jump to the 1 hour time frame. Let me give you our take profit. Take profit zone for the buy is just going to be around here. Take profit zone for the sell. Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Because our stop loss is far, right? And the next zone I'm seeing is here, which is the major point I'm seeing. This is not up to 1:1, so I'm thinking if we need to take this, except we are going to reduce. So for the sell, we're not going to use this stop loss. We're going to reduce the stop loss so that we can actually have a better risk to reward ratio. But for the buy, I think this is good to go. This is like a 1:1 or 1:1.2, which is not bad. So let's do the buy first. Then we're going to check the sell and see what we can do about that stop loss. So here's the JPY buy stop. Our entry price for the buy stop is at 158.940, right? Our SL for that trade is at 158.583. Our TP should be at 159.338. Let's now jump to 15 minutes and then let's look at this sell very well. So let's quickly go back to 1 hour. Let me quickly do this. So this is definitely going to be our take profit. And I'm thinking for the stop loss, let's have it just above structure here. So we can see that this is a resistance zone. I can see clearly it was a support, broke it, became a resistance. So it's a minor level, it became a support here, became a support here. So this is also a very good level to have our stop loss. And this makes our trade to become at least 1:1. If we adjust this a little bit to this low, just before the low here, we should have a very good 1:1. So this is better, right? This is good. Okay. So for our USDJPY, sell stop. Our entry for this trade is going to be below structure at 158.250. Our SL for this trade is going to be at 158.456. Our TP is going to be at 158.040. All right. We've done USD, you have done Euro USD, we've done USDJPY. Let's quickly jump to crude oil before we come back to do gold lastly. Okay, so the price of crude oil is currently trading at $100 per barrel. Price has reduced a little bit from what it was some few days ago. On the daily time frame, price is still looking very choppy. We're still seeing price trading around this region. So majorly, there is some level of consolidation between this level and this level, right? If we are not going to mark the high, let me just mark the high. So majorly, this is what it is. But most times I like to bring it close to where price is. So let's just say this level. So this is what's happening right now on the price of crude oil. Daily time frame. Where price is right now, we don't really know what it wants to do. Let me quickly put in something. Hold on. Let's look at the RSI oscillator, RSI. All right, so you can see price has been critically overbought for a long period of time. Anytime this is RSI, relative strength index, anytime price is above 70, it tells you that price is overbought. Overbought means it's not very expensive and should come down. Should, not will, come down. All right, take note. That's a lot of times when I post videos on TikTok, and I see a lot of traders in Nigeria who really don't have proper knowledge because they are just after the hype. And it's sad because trading is very, very calculative. It's not just hype. It's not just jump in, jump out, go hard or go home. No, trading is extremely calculative. In those days, 60 years ago, 50 years ago, it was being done by mathematicians and people who are very, very knowledgeable, intelligent people. And even today, it's still the same thing. Intelligence is not by you going to school or you having a degree. No, it's there are different forms of intelligence. Intelligence is by you understanding something and understanding how it works. That's intelligence actually, that you understand how it works, whether in English or not, whether formally or informally. That's intelligence. So trading is for people who understand the mechanism of price, right? A lot of times people say, "Oh, lagging indicator and indicators are not good." See, if you are relying on an indicator to take a trade based on the fact that you feel that an indicator tells you when to enter and when to buy, I tell you that you are going to miss it because indicators are just tools. It still depends on you to use that tool. You are the trader, not the indicator. All right. So what it means is that what we are looking at right now, based on RSI, it is already critically overbought, which means price should come down. I use the word should because this can be overbought for the next 10 years. It will just be indicating that this thing is overbought to, is overbought to. So if you now feel that okay, because it gets to 70, it should not come down, you have missed it. Because it's overbought does not mean it wants to come down. It's just telling you that this thing right now where it is quite expensive and it's just indicating what price is doing. It doesn't tell you that price is going to come down. It's just telling you what price is doing. So it's now depends on your own understanding of market price combined with market analysis and fundamental analysis to be able to interpret and pinpoint based on price action where the market will now start coming down. If it breaks a structure, then you can now begin to look for, because you know it's going to come down, right? Based on this, but you don't know when, but you're looking for a break of structure. So this is how these things work. It's quite simple. So what we're looking at right now, the price of crude oil is critically overbought, which means it's quite expensive. We're already seeing some potential to the downside, even though not yet. But what it means is that there is a higher possibility that price is going to come down and go up. Possibility, right? But because this thing is happening by the war, and the war is not a normal thing, we might still see price being overbought for a longer period of time if nothing has been done. So that being said, let's quickly jump to the 1 hour time frame and really look at this critically. So if you look at this critically from 1 hour time frame, you can see how prices has been bouncing around the region I drew, right? Came here, came down, came from here, go back, went back up, came here again, came down. So what do you think we can do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets very, very interesting. What do you think we're going to be doing right now? Well, it's quite simple. What we're going to be doing right now is very Very simple. We're going to be waiting for price within this region, right? I want us to wait for price around this region. So we're going to be going for crude oil. We're going to be going for a buy limit here with our stop loss just below the region a little bit. Our stop loss is going to be placed here. What this means is that if price eventually, because I know it's coming from up, so I know it's going to come down. It has been bouncing around this region for some time, so it's quite, I can tell you that it's going to come down, but we don't want to jump into the sell so that it doesn't, because it could decide to come back here again before it finally comes back down. So let's go and wait for it at the region that matters, where it cannot misbehave, right? Where it is very unlikely to misbehave. So where that point is here. So we know if it gets here, there's a high possibility that it's going to bounce back up again, back to this upside, since it has been doing that for a long time, right? And right now, there is still no solution to the war. So what it means is that if price gets here, it's going to pick our buy from here. That's a buy limit, not a buy stop this time around. It's a buy limit. Why? Because it is below price. A buy stop is always above price. I'm expecting price to break a level and then take my buy stop, and then the buy stop become a buy and then it begins to activate. But a buy limit is always below price, waiting for the price to drop to a level where it cannot drop further down, and then from there it bounces up from that level. So it picks your buy from that bounce. That kind of pending order is called a buy limit. So the pending order is waiting for it. It's called pending order because it's waiting pending the time price gets here. So if price doesn't get here, you can go ahead to delete it. It doesn't affect your trade. You don't lose any money and all that. But when price gets here, it triggers it. Your stop loss is here, and then it bounces up. Then you can actually be in the trade. Does it make sense? Yes. Now let's quickly take it. Let's just quickly do it, and then we'll go to the last trade. So for XBR USD, which is crude up Brent oil, we're going to be having a buy limit. Our entry price for this trade is going to be at 93.846. 93.846, right? And our SL is going to be at 91.608. TP, well, you can leave the TP opened. TP open with break even. So you know what that means already. What it means is that if it triggers the trade and it's going in your favor, make sure you get out of the trade in profits at any time, or you adjust your stop loss from where it is from this entry here. You can adjust your stop loss. One price has triggered and it's not going up, you can adjust your stop loss to your entry. That way, you are no longer in a risk or losing any money. So it's just profits. All right, let's take the last one. Our almighty gold. Gold has been very, very bullish, pushing from this major level. I told you last week that gold was going to buy. I told you on Monday that those gold was going to buy. Guess what? I'm still in the buy since Monday. I've not left. If I check it now, I will be tempted to close it. I've broken even and I've already automated the break even point at every 50 pips on my system. Because you can automate it, guys. You can automate it on your laptop. You don't even need an AI for that. There's a way you can automate it. If you don't know how to do that, maybe in a much more strategic class, I can teach you how to do that. So you can automate your break even. If you have a laptop, you can automate it. It doesn't work on phone, but with laptop, you can automate break even points. They call it trailing stop loss. So you can do what you call a trailing stop loss. As price begins to move, automatically it will begin to, at every 50 pips or 30 pips, anyone you set, it will begin to adjust your your stop loss into the profit. So gold has been buying since morning, like I told you that price was going to do, and right now it's still on a buy trend to the upside. So if you check the 4-hour time frame, price has actually broken this level now, and trying to it's already breaking this one self, almost breaking it, and it's already heading. I think it's heading here, this is the next bus stop. This is the next bus stop for price. Looking at it from the 4-hour time frame. So on the 1-hour time frame, that's a big deal. So we already know what to do already. It's not from our strategy class, you already know what this means, right? So let's jump to 15 minutes. From our strategy class, you already know what this means. So we wait for a break of structure, we buy. Our stop loss is just going to be below structure here. All right, take profits. Let's go and mark it from 4 hours. Though you might not get there, so always break even on your trade and jump out early if it's good, right? That's my advice. We might not get there, but make sure you break even or you jump out early. Anyone. So gold is quite simple. What we're waiting for is a break of the structure. If price closes above 4737.98, take your trade with your stop loss at 4707.03. You're looking for a take profit of 48086.97. But remember, it doesn't have to get there. Once price gives you 50 pips in profit, 100 pips in profit, adjust your stop loss to your break even straight up. Adjust the stop loss from here to your entry straight up. Anywhere your entry is, put it there. Backham, zero risk. If price decides to go up, oh, fine. If price doesn't decide to go up, if it begins to misbehave and wants to jump out of the trade in profits, please take note of that. Okay, let me quickly drop this lastly, and then we'll call it a day. Uh, so buy preference, still a buy preference. Our entry, the close above 4737.98. SL for that trade is at 4707.03. TP for that trade is at 4806.97. Okay, I think we're good to go for today. Guys, don't forget Friday, we're going to be having our live NFP section by 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I'm going to be sending the link today to all account managers. So make sure that you take note of that. Somebody's asking, is it good to trade currency pair at this time of war? Yes, absolutely. This is the best time to trade currency pair or any other thing you're trading that has to do with the dollar. So take note, that has to do with the dollar. All right. As long as that's to do with the dollar, it's good to go. Because volatility means profits. Anytime there's volatility, it means the only thing you just need to do is be at the right direction of that volatility. You understand me? uh So be at the right direction of that volatility. Yeah, it could be slow because of the market could be slow because of the section, right? Right now we are in the London section, right? So of course the market is going to pick up. Market is always in a cycle, guys. So take note of that. There's always the distribution phase, the accumulation phase, and what's the last phase now? So there's always a phase where market is accumulating, the market distributes, the markets, revolve around those. There are three phases. I've forgotten the last one. So the essentially what they are trying to say is there's a phase where the market will consolidate. There's a phase where the market will now distribute. After consolidating for some time, market breaks out. We call it a breakout. So most times in the morning, like this time around now, you can see gold is very slow. Market is already accumulating. Then later in the afternoon, it distributes, either to the upside or to the downside. Then later in the evening, it begins to reverse in that movement. So if it has gone up, it will begin to reverse back down. If it has gone down, it begins to reverse back up. You understand? And then it repeats the same cycle again every day. So there are three market sections majorly, and these three market sections, every time market is doing one thing or the other. So if it's not moving quickly now, don't worry. Whatever you're trading, look for the section that favors that trade. So you can check it later in the afternoon. And then once you see that the volatility is good, you can jump in. So it's all about volatility. It's all about volatility. Do you have any question apart from the question that I just answered? While we are waiting to do that, I want to quickly say a very big welcome, very big shout out to I can see Akinwale Sofile. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. I can also see Billionaire in the Making. Wonderful time to have you in the house. I can see Confidence. Thank you so much. Madam Evelyn, thank you so much for being here. It's a wonderful time to have you. Mr. Idowu Timileyin, it's a wonderful time to have you. Mr. John Aderomu, thank you so much. Mr. Gilbert, thank you so much. Madam Omolola, thank you so much. Madam Rachel, I see you. Thank you so much. All right. Any other question? I'm seeing a question. Do we need to trade gold? Okay, Madam Evelyn, who's your account manager? So let me know. Because these questions are actually questions that you need to discuss with your account in terms of how much you need to trade gold and all that. They are going to be in the best place to actually give you a very good answer. Trust me, that is their job. Remember, they are financial coaches that are there to hold your hands to make profits. You understand? There's a minimum to trade gold, and the minimum is not fixed. Yeah, it's not fixed. It depends on your trading style. It depends on how you trade, and so they know you more, and they will be able to give you the best advice based on because they need to take you on. Then they need to have a consultation section with you. It's not just something they can just tell you. How do you trade? What do you like to trade? How do you like to trade? What is your risk appetite and all that and all that. It's going to inform them on how much that you need to get started, mostly on gold. Gold is fantastic. I've been trading gold for almost 10 years now. I started trading gold and USDJ. I started with USDJPY, then I moved to gold. So the major two instruments that I've traded that has given me profits in my business of trading is USDJPY and gold. I started with USDJPY because I didn't have money to start at that time. So when you don't have money to start, you start with currency pairs. So over time, I did a mistake by trading gold one day and then I saw the profit. Oh my God. And that was it. I was sold. Me and gold. Now we fight, we quarrel, but this marriage will last long. We have had a lot of children in terms of things I've used it to do. You understand me? So yeah, so it depends on your risk appetite. It depends on what you want to achieve with your trading journey. All right. So please speak to them. They are going to be in the best place to give you very good advice. Um, Guys, gold is about breaking that level. Once it breaks it and close above, please take your trade. Stop loss at 4707.03. Take profit at 4806.97. But like I told you, 50 pips, 100 pips, you can either break even or jump out of the trade if you're not comfortable with what the trade is doing, if it's not going up or if it wants to look as if it wants to reverse. I'll see you on Friday by 1 o'clock. Let's have a fantastic day ahead. Make sure you monitor all your trades from Euro USD to USD JPY to crude oil and then to gold. Have a wonderful day and God bless you all. If you enjoyed this section, please drop a comment for me and I really appreciate it. So we're going to do BTC on in our next review. We're going to do BTC in our next review. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.